Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Snack Cackle Talk. I am ready on this side. I'm not ready on this side. I got a lot going on today. And every time I get on here, I be trying to get it together, but it don't happen. But today, it's my fault, definitely, for being a last minute person. So, let me just finish putting this in on this side, and then we will be ready. Boy, I swear.
Gives you no
I
time.
tried to.
No time at all.
All right, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to jump on this feed because I am late today trying to get on here. So we're not gonna talk long because still got work to do,
Yep.
and I still got a lot of stuff I need to take care of today. So I'm gonna go on and get this topic over with. But today's topic is, what does the future hold for Baltimore Ravens? Now, me, I'm thinking about this upcoming season. I don't really care about the seasons after this one. I'm just on this one right here with them releasing Justin Tucker.
Well, they really didn't release him. It's just a 10-game suspension.
No, they released Justin Tucker.
As of when?
The NFL suspended him for 10 games.
The Ravens released him.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this whole storyline is that the Ravens have released Justin Tucker, and the NFL suspended him for 10 weeks. So, and he's free to come back as a free agent and play for any team.
But will a team pick him up?
Hell yeah, they're going to pick him up. Because he's a great kicker. He holds records. And I've never known him to miss. Um, I've never known him to miss. If he does, I was a Baltimore Ravens fan, but I was only that fan because of Ray Lewis. I won't lie. But I have not just really dwelled on them since Ray Lewis retired or whatever, but he has led the team to success. I will say that he was a so what they got going on with this young man. Now, the only thing that I will say is that I don't even know why this is here. Let me do this. Because it's not hooked up. I will say that I will give the NFL a thumbs up for upholding the contract and the policy, the standard, because it shows that that standard is in place for all players and not just certain players. But they're doing their own investigation.
Right.
The NFL is.
Yes.
Um, but from what was said is that they're not calling it SA, but it is definitely he's being accused of some type of sexual misconduct, however y'all want to phrase it. And and but my opinion on all of this is that it should be a statute of limitation because these girls is coming out the woodworks on something that happened in 2012.
Well, if that's the case, it should be a stat. They're gonna. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that because it takes some women years to come out against their rapists. It takes them years, and they never truly get over it.
Well,
So
I'm not gonna
I don't
say.
think there should be a statute of limitations. But and then again, it depends on what type it was. Was it groping? Was it just touching? Was it an unwanted kiss? I mean, there's a lot of gray area there.
I still feel like it should be a statute of limitation. I'm not saying 2 years because I get it. That trauma. So it takes women a while to get past that trauma,
Right.
especially when it's physical and mental. When
Right.
they're enduring both. But 2012 and here it is
Okay,
25
well,
gonna
let
be
me pose this question.
26.
Had it been you, would you feel the same
I
way?
would.
So you're trying to say if somebody did something sexual against your will, you would be okay with the time running out in 4 years, that they just didn't have enough evidence to
I
bring it up against him. You'd be
I would
okay with the
I would
time lapsing.
I would be okay.
I wouldn't.
I would be okay.
Not if
Only
I
because
knew.
the only reason why I would be okay is because if you're telling me like I survived, okay? I
That's
survived
true.
this situation. And say this situation happened 2019 and you're giving me 4 years. I have 4 years to report it. Okay, that's the statute of limitation. You got 4 years to report when someone assaults you.
But what happens if everybody
You
doesn't
got
know statute of limitations
because
on certain
because
things
the
because
real
it's not reported?
yeah, but a lot of things that and that's why there should be a statute because where's the evidence?
Yeah, it
Because
takes one person
if you don't go
to
to
get the
the
ball rolling
even
on
if
things
you
like
even
that.
if you don't report it, the number one thing that's the main evidence is going to the doctor to be checked out. Have them examine you. That way, you at least that record never goes away. So at least you have that on record. I'm not saying the limitation needs to be 4 years or anything like that, but it definitely should not just linger out throughout your life and then bam, you wake up one day and realize you dirt poor broke and this man is about to retire.
Now,
Let me file a sexual a sex A on him.
now
You get what I'm
I can
saying?
understand. Just say that happened when he was a teenager, and then now that he's big in the NFL, them now wanting to file charges and possibly getting some money out of it. I can see because there's motivation there.
Right.
But just for there to be a certain statute of limitation on SA, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the type of what it is. So that's why I say
Well,
there's a lot of gray
but that
area.
statute also forces you to come forward. Either you're going to come forward and you're going to tell them what happened to you so that it does not happen to anyone else, or you're going to
Exactly.
sit there and let it continue to happen and just keep your mouth shut. That's
Some people
why
are
it
scared.
forces you. A lot of them are scared until someone else comes forward. I get it, but how many people coming forward are actually telling the truth?
Then that's when you have to weed out everything.
Because without nobody that's speaking out having any type of medical evidence that shows that this happened to them during that time frame and all you got is word of mouth, and because there's so many people now coming out with word of mouth, now this person has to settle outside of court.
True.
So it's like, where's the evidence? Now he has to look like he's guilty. What if he didn't do anything?
Well, technically, you are guilty until you're proven innocent. It's not
I
innocent
mean,
until
yeah,
proven
that's
guilty.
true. That's true.
Because you have to work hard at proving that you didn't do whatever they said you
But
did.
should you pay for it?
No, you shouldn't. But I mean, there are certain instances where I do believe there should be a statute, but at the same time, there are some that should not have a statute.
Yeah, which I like I said, I get the ones that literally was physically assaulted or mentally abused or anything of the sort. I get the trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the trauma. I really do because I have dealt with a lot of people that have gone through stuff like that, and it never goes away.
Nope.
So, but where is your voice?
Some are strong enough to have a voice. That's why it takes that first
Because I mean,
person or that
okay,
second person
so
to actually say something before they're strong enough to actually say
so
something.
what if the statue is they say You can't file a claim after 10 years. Would that be a plausible statute?
Depending on the circumstance.
No, depending. Would that be a plausible statute? 10 years
For
to file a sexual assault or any assault charge or any charge that you want someone to pay you for.
for
A 10-year gap with no evidence on top of that.
with no evidence?
They have no evidence. If you don't go to a doctor or if you don't file a police report of any kind, it doesn't matter if someone assaulted you and robbed you. And you know who did it. If you don't file a police report or if you don't go to the doctor and get that under your belt, at least get that. You could be scared to come public because of who the person is. They might come back for you or anything like that. I get it.
So they have no evidence whatsoever.
So
none, except for them saying, "Hey, he did this."
That's what you're coming across. You got her word against his word. You got I cried wolf first, so now that person has to defend himself. And it's vice versa, even for a man. If a man says a woman physically assaulted him and did this, and what if she didn't? But he knows that he can get money out of her because she's rich and wealthy, then because he cried wolf, it's her word. Now she has to defend herself against what he said, the allegations. But if there's no evidence, but it's just his word, now they have to settle out of court. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to settle out of court.
They do.
With no evidence, because now it's all about you upholding your reputation now, so that they don't apply more damage than they need to. So you settle out of court over something that you did not do.
And that still makes you look guilty.
So that makes you look guilty as well. But then you risk going to court, and this is why they settle out of court. They risk going to court, paying all these legal fees, being dragged out for years, and then not even if you won, look at all the money you had to dispense.
You should have just paid.
Yeah. So I that's why I feel like there should be a statute. I'm not saying 2 years because that's not enough time. 2 years is not. But it should not just be a free form of whenever you decide to come forward. Because look at Cosby.
I was just about to say that.
That happened in the 70s and the 80s. We don't know what y'all did. Everybody was butt naked back then.
And high.
So and then all of a sudden, well, he did it to me, he did it to me, he did it to me. Look at Diddy. We know what Diddy did. But nobody wanted to say anything. Even when Cassie said something, everybody dogged that girl out until a video surfaced to prove that she was telling the truth. Now, everybody in their dead ancestors was essayed by Diddy. What was y'all voice said when y'all know why y'all saying something now? Because now y'all not saying
that one.
No, not that one. Put that finger down.
No, I'm just saying.
They're not even doing it for they doing it for the clout. They're not doing it because of Cassie.
It's the video. It's the video and other things that snowballed into Diddy.
I feel like they did it because now it just gives them notoriety.
I think that's they're
gonna get their little.
I think they're dropping all the charges, and he's being charged with domestic violence.
What?
Because of the video of Cassie. They said that
it's hard to find them as victims when they keep showing up to these parties.
Said that all the videos that they showed in court, every person that was involved, females included, were all
willing participants.
Yeah.
I mean,
he paid everybody. They all took money. They all took payments. Like they took it freely. He didn't have to force them. He didn't bribe them.
Did they drop the racketeer?
They dropped all that.
Really? Even though he didn't pay taxes on the money that was paid to him to attend those parties?
I'm just saying. They dropped the charges for whatever reason. So far, that's what they're saying. And then they said that the video with Cassie was because she took his phone and ran with it. And that's why.
That still didn't mean he need to be.
I don't believe that.
That's why he's getting charged with the domestic
they're taking
violence.
that phone as a hearsay.
I'm
That's
just telling
that's
you.
a hearsay.
I'm just telling you what came out in court.
Because who gonna get they tail beat
Over a phone.
stomped, hair pulled, dragged down the hall by a half naked man only wrapped in a towel?
And he could have been
And
hiding.
ain't no telling what happened once she made it to that room
Could have been hiding something
over
on
a
that
cell
phone.
phone.
Could have been hiding something on that phone that she was trying to expose. And that's probably why he was so mad.
And then get up there trying to do a fake apology. You're not sorry for beating on this woman. You sorry that you got caught
That
beating
part
on that
right
woman.
there. That part right there.
And
that video.
And I'm glad that she sued the hotel, because
where was your security?
Where was your protection? The security was there watching, and was told to hide the video.
Oh.
Yep. I was told to get rid of the video.
Luckily, a nosy employee copied it, and that's how it got leaked. So it's like, had that not been exposed, like I said, we don't have to look for the dirt on people. When it's time for us to see the reality of people, it will show itself. And all this stuff with Diddy also brought to the forefront. It took me back. Let me say that it took me back to the entanglement. It took me back there because I'm first to admit I was very disappointed in jail. I understood, and I backed her a little bit because I'm like, wait a minute, because she's free to sleep with who she wants to because they was in an open marriage.
Right. That's why I'm not.
But I was disappointed in saying I do to someone that you knew you couldn't give your heart to. Her heart died when Tupac died. So she already knew she couldn't love this man. Before all of this took shape, she already knew she couldn't love him. She already knew she wouldn't love him the way that now that I remember, I want to say she did an interview with Oprah years ago, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe she said, she has always told Will that he can do whatever he wants to do, as long as he can look himself in the mirror and be okay with the man that he sees. There you go. How do we know that Will's actions? Because Will was hurt, and now it's making sense to me. I don't know about y'all, but it's making sense to me that maybe Will was hurt because of what she did is bringing him to the forefront, and it brought Will to the forefront. Now you see plenty of pictures of him and Diddy, with Diddy in the background licking his damn lips. Look at his lips like, yeah, I'm about to get this lollipop over here. But Will is not a victim. He kept showing up for them parties. And look at all the people that kept saying they missed the parties. All these people that ain't got no life without their parties. They can't wait till he get out of jail. Because he getting out of jail. He ain't going to jail. He getting out of jail.
He just going to be smarter with it.
He getting out on probation. He getting out. Time served. They ready. What did he land in bed? Happy birthday to me while man screaming upstairs.
Ooh, papi.
Listen. I'm just saying. Watch your actions. That was my original topic. Watch your actions, because all of this is not related to what's going on with Justin, but it just ties in together because it's the same thing, different story.
Yeah.
It ties in together.
Very much so.
And I get Cassie had to have her strength to lead. You get what I'm saying? And he had a lot of power over her because he gained that power over her when she was 18. And he stripped away anything that she had to grow on for herself. You know what I'm saying? To gain her own mentality. That's why they want them young, because they want to be able to control them.
I get
They
that,
want they want that.
but once you leave and you in a entirely different relationship, you're no longer under that man's thumb. You are with somebody else, but you're with that man that you left that man from,
But I
and
will
you go
say,
back.
well, she didn't go back. Not well. The
Yes.
boyfriend, I get what you're talking
Yeah.
about. The boyfriend. Well, she that technically she hadn't left. She just had the freedom to date, and he really didn't give her that freedom because you see how he was acting because she was dating.
But
Because
if
it
you're
take
in
because
if
when
you're
you
no longer
if you
in that
allow her to date
relationship,
if you allow her to date someone, then they warp her mentality away from what you want her to do. So you gotta snatch a knot in her to let her know that you're still the boss of her. So you gotta still instill that fear is what he's doing. And he did it. He successfully did it. So what happens? They break up because he
probably
has too
because she
much
found out she was
access.
going back.
Look at when she finally left. When she finally left, that fool took to social media to try to find her. And everybody was up there trying to help him find her. And I'm like, well, maybe there's a reason why she don't want to be found. She had to go off the map.
As I would have too. I would have had
So
no cell phone, no nothing. I would off the grid.
yeah, she had to. She had to go completely off the grid in order to stay safe. And he took to social media because she went completely AWOL. I mean, sad to say, 1,000 licks was what it took. But I'm not in her shoes.
It would have been one
But
for
it
me.
would have been that one lick for me. Matter of fact, your behavior towards me before you even did that lick, I would have been done. But sometimes the behavior don't come, the lick come first. You know, I've seen a lot of that. So it's only gonna be a one and done. So when it happens, I'm gonna need for you to make that lick count. Cause you're not gonna get another lick.
Oh no.
You're not gonna get another one. And it's sad that after all these decades, you can call the police and there's still nothing they can do unless that person put their hands on you. So you telling me I'm supposed to call you after I'm dead?
Or after he's dead. Well, I'm calling you now.
Yeah. I'm calling you now to prevent it, to help me, to save me. This is men and women, because it's more so happening. It's always happened to women, but it's starting to happen to men, and men are not saying anything about it. And the main cause is due to embarrassment. So,
Yep.
and it'd be like, dude, you a whole 6'7", 230 pounds or 275 pounds, and you let a 5'3" woman assault you. Of course, they not gonna say nothing.
Man, she's strong.
Yeah.
She's stronger than any man.
They're not gonna say nothing because they're not gonna know what to say. But when you dealing with crazy, crazy is always powerful because you don't know how to defend yourself against crazy. You know, I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think on this topic. Um,
Oh, my ear.
I'm logged in here, and my intentions was to pull up if anybody had any messages for me, but I did not do that, so I'm gonna do that now. Uh, but y'all, okay, great. No messages. Turn that down before I start talking. Yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all think on this feed because I just know that I'm ready for football season. All thanks to Shadur. And I have always been a fan of Baltimore Ravens. And to know that they're letting go Justin, and because of the actions of whatever took place, I don't know if he did it or not. And this is coming from therapists, massage therapists. So y'all touchy feely, and I do know that some people can use your services to get off. I get it.
All 16 of them?
I didn't see nothing that said that it was anybody else besides them.
Oh, no, more than likely what happened is maybe, you know what, I'm not even going to say.
I didn't see nothing else that said it was anybody outside of them. But um, I'm curious, as in what happened, what type of inappropriate actions did he do? You know what I'm saying? And how do you remember specifically going back to 2012 if it was just a massage act? What happened specifically that made you feel entitled to sue him? And how much are you seeking?
Right. And what was it that caused so much pain and trauma?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you have to sign a NDA to where you can't talk about it?
I mean, that doesn't mean nothing nowadays, obviously. Not when a lawsuit can void it. You know what I mean? Because you're
No,
gonna
I'm
get.
talking about if they're settling out of court, did they have to sign an NDA to where they cannot discuss it?
I mean, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that part.
And what happens if they do discuss it? Because they're gonna tell somebody.
They gotta. I think they have to pay back,
Because
or it
somebody
opens
gonna
the
get in
door
there.
for a counter suit.
Girl, what happened? Tell me what happened. So it's gonna get
Well,
out. Somebody gonna say something.
if you're gonna say something, you better get it all out before you get in court. Go on and do your tell all. That way, after that, ain't no point in he or she asking you to not disclose because you done already done it. You done already said it all. Um, but yeah, all I see is let's see. So he can practice with the team or whatever, but like I said, he's suspended for so many games, and then afterwards, it's not even saying that he did SA. It says sexual misconduct.
And that can be like I said, that can be touching, that can be an unwanted kiss, that can be I mean that's too broad of a gray area.
I mean, did he ask you during the massage to
He could have
massage his area?
he could have revealed
If
himself.
you did it, is he in the wrong for asking, or are you in the wrong for obliging? If he did it,
Gray area. Gray area.
because everybody knows that.
Or it could have been an accident if it was done by a massage therapist, and if he was nude, he could have his towel could have accidentally moved. Boom, there you go.
Could, or they could have moved it.
Too much
They
gray
could have
area.
moved it, and maybe some funds stopped being sent, and now they going for the jugular.
Don't go with my R. Kelly theory.
16 people decided to keep their mouth closed for all these years? Or do all 16 of these people belong to one company?
Oh, they just all clicked up and said, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You go this day. I'm going to wait a few days.
Did the lawyer go and talk to all these massage therapists to see if they all might have did a massage on him so that they could build a case?
But I wonder when they all in the same clinic.
That's what I'm saying. Is this a school? I want to know where these 16 massage therapists come from, because usually people use the same person.
Usually.
They don't.
Unless there's an issue.
Yeah, they don't keep bouncing around.
Maybe somebody got mad because he wouldn't use them. I mean, there's so many different possibilities.
Or like if they came to his house for an independent service, and maybe he got fresh with them at his house, and so he just keep using different ones naturally. I could see that happening, but still 16, and all 16 of y'all kept quiet
for this song. So I
All
wonder
16 of y'all
what
came
is
up
the
at the same
date of
time.
what is the date of the first one? That's
Right.
what I want to know. How
Yeah.
far back is this spanning?
Yeah, it's like what what is the evidence? What evidence do you have?
Or the lack thereof.
Oh, it looked more like the lack thereof, and it's just a word of mouth, and it's their word against his word because it's 16 versus 1.
And he just decided to pay out to save himself some money and time in court.
Well, all I got to say
I mean, if you think about it, it's a smart move.
even if he paid out, let's just throw out a number. Say he paid out $5 million. It's 16 of you and the lawyers.
The lawyer's gonna get a third off top. Off before y'all even see a check, they gonna get a third off top.
What are you
33.33333%?
What are you gonna leave with?
Not worth it.
It's not gonna last you a lifetime.
So it's depending on their spending habits, it ain't gonna last them a year.
Because if it happened to me, I don't want you getting Jack and Jill and Tom and all them in. They got to file their own. This is mine. Especially if I'm out for the money.
Are they all using the same law firm?
They probably is.
Oh, first mistake.
Yeah, get your own lawyer.
That's questionable. It makes you think that they're all going in together.
Yeah.
It's like they say, I'm tired of touching on all these old dusty, crusty, musty men coming in here. We need to find somebody. Mm-hmm. Girl, I got the perfect one. The Baltimore Ravens.
So I'm just curious. It does not say he did say SA. It says sexual misconduct.
Like I said, that can be anything.
That could have been anything. For all we know, he could have got hard while they was massaging him.
Yep. And for a lot of men, that's easy.
And
especially if she hit that right nerve.
And because that happened, she was offended.
Baby, you in the wrong field. Just take it that you have blessed hands.
Nah, for real. Because I done seen movies where they do these nude massages, and baby, I can see how some people can get off on that.
Yep.
I honestly can see. I can actually see how it can cause you to release yourself.
Especially if they're doing a real massage, a real good massage, baby.
I'm just saying.
Tell you the one I had when I was registering at the hotel. I was standing up there. Oh God! Ooh, you need to stop. He was just on my shoulders.
No, I'm just saying from what I've seen, just in the movies, I can see how, especially if you're gifted at what you do, I can see how a woman and a man can get aroused from that action. I can see that.
Touch.
That's why straight men, they don't want that type of massage from another man because they know they might get aroused by it. Y'all, I'm going to hop off this feed because I see Mr. Wilson is about to get started.
Yes,
but y'all tell me what y'all think on this topic, because
actually several topics.
If the Ravens ain't no if, they done let go of this man, who the hell gonna kick their ball now?
It won't be Justin.
Who the hell?
And they are going to regret it.
And who they gonna get out there on that field that can kick 63, 65 yards
and not miss.
But
I can understand if it was actual SA, but just sexual misconduct. If it was SA, they would say,
do you have massage videos that show this?
They're gonna say no, because cameras are not allowed in the rooms.
So word of mouth. We got some people that found out that he had a lawsuit going on, and everybody done came forward.
That angle make y'all look shorter than what y'all are. Y'all pretty short.
Play your game. Is that sushi?
Yeah,
Ew.
Well, y'all,
that was caviar.
y'all let me know what y'all think on this topic. I will be back on here for Freestyle Thursday and again on Relationship Saturday. If you haven't done so already, take a moment out of your day to join any one of my pages. If you're on YouTube, because I like I said, I learned that there are a lot of people that are not on YouTube. A lot of people don't even know how to get on YouTube. So, but if you have YouTube, I'm on there. Like, subscribe, comment. But if you're on my other feeds, you can also like, and I like for you to subscribe to my channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't have anything else left to say on this topic.
Me either.
I don't have anything else left to say.
Oh, sure, camera.
It's gonna lag. Duh. Oh, I don't know.
For one, something's in the way.
It didn't happen until you turned around.
But I will see you guys next time. TikTok, I'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Bye.
Oh, was that on mine? My bad.
Yep. It
Bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.